but she just missed. She missed a couple of shots down the stretch. And then she tried to take a charge from Alyssa Thomas. And I mean this when I say this. Like, how it isn't a charge is beyond me. Is beyond me. Like, I'm going to be calling a... I'm going to be making an entire video on Alyssa Thomas. Like, the refs need to stop Alyssa Thomas. Like, you didn't see it here. First of all, she clocked Cameron Brink in the face like a couple of possessions earlier. Like, this is at 65.
The whistle stayed mute. Fury ignited. Not in the crowd, but in anyone paying attention, as Paige Bueckers was slammed headfirst by Alyssa Thomas. The hit was brazen, aggressive, and impossible to ignore. This wasn't just a missed call. It was a complete failure of officiating. A moment that tore apart the idea of fair play. This wasn't a foul. It was a deliberate, violent collision left unchecked, sparking a firestorm that cast a harsh light on the league's officiating standards. Player safety and game integrity were instantly on the line, leaving everyone reeling and questioning just how much chaos is now tolerated on the court.
First of all, she clocked Cameron Brink in the face like a couple of possessions earlier. Like, this is at 65, 68. Or sorry, 65, 60. I don't know, I think this is making it a 2-point game, but she just clocks her in the face. Like, look at her left arm. She makes sure the elbows into the head. With this right here, how exactly is this not a charge? Can somebody explain to me how this is not a charge? There we go. So, Alyssa Thomas, let's start this off, is running in a straight line. Paige is completely set. And Alyssa Thomas refuses.
Completely stationary, Paige Bueckers was ready. Yet Alyssa Thomas barreled in, refusing to adjust her path, crashing straight into a set defender. The replay left no doubt. Paige was perfectly positioned, her feet planted, but Thomas bulldozed through her with zero consequence. This wasn't a matter of technicalities. It was an unmistakable offensive foul, a blatant violation of basketball fundamentals. Still, the referee stayed silent, letting a physically dominant player create a dangerous collision without penalty, sending a chilling message about the limits of player safety. This wasn't a simple miss. It was a conscious allowance of reckless play, setting a perilous standard for the league.
Alyssa Thomas back-to-back buckets. Like, Paige decided to not play defense after that. Like, everyone's saying, oh, you know, it's a business decision not to take a charge from Alyssa Thomas. Yeah, obviously it's a business decision, because nothing's going to get called. Nothing is going to get called. Like, it's a guarantee you're going to get hurt, because she's going to run through you, and the referee is going to say, here it is, here's the full footage of it. Like, can someone explain to me, like, what is going on here? Paige is playing good defense, and Alyssa Thomas just decides to charge through Paige Bueckers, and even gonna say, oh, her feet aren't set. That's also not even a rule. All Paige has to be is in.
All Paige had to do was hold her ground, but this wasn't an isolated moment. Earlier, Alyssa Thomas struck Paige Bueckers in the face and followed with an elbow to the head, all completely uncalled. The pattern of relentless, borderline dangerous aggression met with official indifference is alarming, creating a court where players like Paige are left vulnerable, forced to endure excessive contact while offenders walk free. The brazen, unpunished behavior exposes a systemic flaw, an unspoken permission for certain players to flout the rules and push the boundaries of fair play, turning the rulebook into little more than suggestion.
And Alyssa Thomas just decides to charge through Paige Bueckers, and even gonna say, oh, her feet aren't set. That's also not even a rule. All Paige has to be is in a legal guarding position. It's nothing about feet being set. If someone is in a legal guarding position, the offensive player rams them down. They don't need to be standing and waiting for a charge. If the offensive player rams you down, like, it has to be an offensive foul. Like, how much did I used to pay the ref? She's always been allowed to play rugby. Like, it is mental. It's absolutely mental. But in general, like, Paige had got out of the way for a couple. She got out of the way for a few of the layups that Alyssa Thomas hit.
The whistle stayed silent, and fury erupted, not just in the stands, but in anyone watching, as Paige Bueckers was repeatedly bulldozed by Alyssa Thomas. Completely set, perfectly positioned, Paige was rammed head-on, earlier even clocked in the face and elbowed, all uncalled. Thomas barreled through without adjusting, turning clear offensive fouls into unchecked collisions, while the referees swallowed their whistles, letting dangerous, aggressive play go unpunished. This wasn't about one missed call. It was a pattern of brazen, reckless behavior and official indifference that put players' safety on the line and tore apart the very idea of fair competition. Fans and players alike were left questioning the integrity of the game, watching as the rulebook became a suggestion and sportsmanship gave way to audacious aggression, exposing a systemic failure that sets a perilous precedent for the league.
Struggled to hit the rim after that. I don't know what's wrong with her shooting in Unrivaled this year. Overall, the Breeze did not shoot well from three. Alyssa Thomas, obviously playing bully ball. Jackie Young only playing 8 minutes herself. And I actually saw an article, and it was from Bleacher Report listing the best players in Unrivaled. And they list, and this before Unrivaled, they listed Paige number 1 and Jackie Young like number 12. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I can guarantee you Paige undeservedly wins MVP. I can guarantee you that. It is one of those things where
the whistle stayed silent, and fury erupted, not just in the stands, but in anyone watching, as Paige Bueckers was repeatedly bulldozed by Alyssa Thomas. Completely set, perfectly positioned, Paige was rammed head-on, earlier even clocked in the face and elbowed, all uncalled. Thomas barreled through like a rugby player, mental and reckless, turning basketball into a brutal contact sport while the referees stayed silent, letting dangerous aggression go unchecked. This wasn't one bad call. It was a pattern, a systemic failure that put players' safety on the line, shredded the integrity of the game, and transformed the court into a free-for-all where the rulebook might as well not exist. Fans and players were left questioning how much chaos is now tolerated and how far fair competition has been abandoned.
She was very hesitant to shoot the ball. She'd just let Zaza James shoot the ball late in the fourth. And I'm like, there is no reason why you are not taking the shot. Like, there's absolutely no reason why you are not taking the shot right now. But at the end of the day, it was a decent performance. Again, Unrivaled doesn't really matter. Wins and losses don't matter. She shot the 3 ball. She was aggressive shooting the 3. She took a good charge on Alyssa Thomas. But it didn't really matter because the referees aren't going to call it. Look at the refs.
Whistle stayed silent, and fury erupted, not just in the stands, but in anyone watching, as Paige Bueckers was repeatedly bulldozed by Alyssa Thomas. Completely set, perfectly positioned, Paige was rammed head-on, earlier even clocked in the face and elbowed, all uncalled. Thomas barreled through like a rugby player,